Hey everybody, just going to be a training update for 2025. I'm just going to share some things with you, some kudos, some updates, different things we've done in CityLearn, some options for you. So first off, I did this a couple of years ago, and we talked about AFT hours and properly documenting the company training along with the AFT. At the time, we saw the crews here, but I was only showing like 60% of that being recorded in CityLearn. For 2024, I ran the numbers again, and of the numbers that we required to meet minimum to satisfy that, you all documented over that number. So we're at like 105%. So I know to you that probably means very little. To me, it means a lot. So thank you for doing what you're doing. Thank you for documenting it that way. I knew the work was happening. It's just encouraging to see after sending out that update, people following that and getting that done. So good work on that. So today, I'm going to share my screen with you, and I'm going to show you a couple different things in CityLearn. Some of this may be new to you. Some of this may be super old news to you. Please just filter through and use what you need. I'm going to be looking down from time to time at my notes here to try to remember everything. But a lot of this has been just from requests of people who have asked me for specific items that they don't know. And then I start to hear it from many people, and I go, okay, well, maybe I need to send something out. So that's what this is. So I'm going to share my screen with you. And yes, if you're reading my board, it does say I love Rescue One. I think you can thank C Shift for that if I know that handwriting. I believe it's Greasehaver, but not to name anybody. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. You're going to recognize CityLearn here. So a couple of things I'm going to show you. One is I'm going to step you through a couple of different report types. And I'm going to, after this is all said and done, I'm going to create an assignment on CityLearn and send it and attach it all to you. It's going to be called CityLearn Cheat Sheet. So if you go under record completions at any point and you type cheat, it'll be, I promise you, the only thing that comes up under cheat sheet. So if you forget any of this, I'm going to make like 6 different videos and put that cheat sheet there. If after all this is said and done, you say, hey, there's something I forgot, yeah, I'm going to stay silent. If there's anything I forgot, or hey, there's a report I'd like you to talk about, shoot me an email, shoot me a text. I'll create an addendum and I'll add it to that cheat sheet. And I'll put it back in that same assignment. So that's going to be the most updated version at all times. So I'm not going to go through every single report, but there's a couple things people have brought up to me. I wanted to show you first. So under record completions, anytime you're putting in staffing, and I'm just going to pick anything here because it doesn't matter. Under staffing, there's a filter option over here. So for battalions, if you're looking for like who's going to be going to an upcoming academy, you can jump over here and you can pick an academy class. So if you want to know who's coming to the next EO academy, I'm going to look under 524, and there is my complete roster of who's coming to my EO academy, right, based on an academy class. So I have options there. I can also pick by rank if I'm filtering down specific people, who's on shift in what vehicle. I can pick specialty team assignments. Give us a little bit of grace there because some of these things are a little bit behind. So as a transfer list happens, it takes us a couple of days to get things caught up. But for the most part, if you use those filters, you can narrow down to who you want. So if you're putting in specialty team, training for hazmat day, you don't have to go in there and select 12 different people. You can pick, B shift hazmat team, and then if I do that, so let me real quick go to B shift and hazmat, for example. There's everybody on my hazmat team, and I can come through and I can click the individuals that I want, skip if somebody's not here, and put them all over there. So that was one thing someone had brought up and said, hey, I don't think many people know about the filters, so I wanted to share that with you all. Another thing on your homepage, you'll notice these items here are pinned. And it comes up quite frequently where people ask me to pin stuff to their homepage. I'm not against pinning, but here's the problem. If I pin anything to your homepage, it pins for everybody. So if you call me and say, Ben, I want, my driving program, for example, pinned to my homepage, it's going to stick every bit of it to your homepage all at once. So we only pin the things that are truly vital to your job. So EMT license and your CPR card, that's what we all have to have. So we leave it there. So Other than that, I try to avoid pinning anything because what I don't want to have is a home screen that is so clustered that you lose track of things that are actually important to you there. Um, so an update for company officers. From this page, I'm going to walk you through how you can enroll your folks in credentials. So I'm going to show you how to look at a report real quick in there, and then also how to look, enroll them in a new credential. So if somebody comes to you and they're from a ladder and now they're riding with you on an engine, they say, hey, I'd like to be enrolled in the out of title, cabs engine credential. I'm going to show you how to do that. So it's a recent change, trying to push down, some more ability to you to be able to do what you need to do in the station. I'm always here to help, but I don't want you to be needing something when I'm not here and you can't do it when it's something you can easily do yourself. So let me show you how to do it. Coming over to your administration tab and then down to manage credentials. Click on that. And this will be in the cheat sheet, but it's something new, so I wanted to walk you through it. When you get to this spot, my page is going to look a little different than what your page is going to look like. So please keep that in mind. But you're going to pick what you want to enroll them in. So I would say for the most part, it's going to be the out of title requirements. Let's say I want to put somebody in the 100% company officer out of title. I click on it, and it takes me to this page. Under users, I'm going to click that. It's going to tell you who's in it. Under actions, I'm going to hit add user. I'm going to pick whoever I want to pick. So I'm going to enroll myself. Continue. On those dates, do not select any dates. If you have a credential like Fire Instructor 1, which I'm going to show you here in a bit, we'll talk about again. If you have a credential like that, the dates are important because you're tracking CEUs. If you are doing an out of title credential, it is important you do not put dates in there. If you put dates in there, it's only going to look between those two windows. So if I were to, for example, put my start date as a promotion date. So let's say I promoted to EO and I'm going to be running out of title on the 1st of February, and I put that, and I finish it that way, it is not going to look back at anything that I've done before that February 1st date. So if you have an employee who's taken a bunch of classes, they've done a bunch of work to get there, it won't look before that date or after whatever expiration date you put in. So it's important that you just leave those blank so it can look at the whole of CityLearn and find anything you have. And then I'm going to enroll. And just like that, I go to the list. The worst damage you can do from here is if you accidentally reach over here and you click this toggle button, it'll inactivate me and I'll disappear. It's no big deal. Click the inactive, find that employee you lost, and click them back. The inactive list, as you see it, are just people who have fulfilled all of the requirements. I inactivate them, so again, it's not clustering their homepage. I don't want a bunch of stuff hanging out that you don't want to see. So if you try to enroll somebody and they're not showing up, check that inactive list. Most likely that's where they're going to be sitting. So that's pretty much everything on enrolling your employees. So when they leave here from the academy, I've already enrolled them in, promotion to firefighter. When they promote to EO, Miss Melissa takes care of putting them in their next one. You don't have to worry about those. This is just for that out of title. Somebody comes to you again from an engine. Now they want to do a dual axle out of title. You can throw them in there. You can help them out. Another quick thing through this portal is if you get to this point and you want to quickly see what their training looks like, I can come over here and I can pick this little 3-tabbed training report and click it. And it'll tell you everything that is in there that I have, and it'll tell you what I'm short. So clearly I'm not, qualified to run out of title. There you go. There's proof. There's some things that I would have to go in and do. So off the top of my head, there's a couple more policies I need to review, and apparently I need a certification of some sort. So that's a quick way you can look at their training documentation through that tab without running a full report. So I'm going to get rid of that. One of the next things I'm going to talk to you about is Instructor 1. So to find any credential you have, you click on My Credentials, find your instructor license. So right now you see it has in-service training, you have to get 12 hours, and you have to get 12 hours of CEUs in some form. The state changed their requirements, and I just recently got with Vector to get it changed in our system to where now you have to have 24 hours, same as before, but you don't have to have the 12 and the 12. You just have to have 24 hours of any of the above, any of the combination. So to make it where it tracks correctly so we can renew you, I've created a new credential, and I'm going to show you what that looks like. Sorry, let me go to the right tab. So there's going to be a new one called Fire Instructor 2025. Currently, none of you enrolled in it. It has one drop-down tab with 24 hours of requirements. It's the exact same class options as before. You'll see the teaching hours are down here about midway, the same ones out of the other ones. They just moved. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get with Vector here in the next couple of days. They're going to port everybody over. Your renewal dates, your attachments, everything will come over. And then you will see the other one disappear off your homepage and this one show up. So knock on wood, everything goes well. It should be seamless for you. But it's just going to all of a sudden have a different name. I wanted you to know what's coming, so it doesn't confuse you, or you're concerned as to why your other one disappeared. So same thing, slightly different way to track it. It helps you because that means that you can get credit for more things and renew a lot easier. Inside of that, one thing I wanted to point out that we often have people ask about: if you go take a class off duty, or sorry, not even off duty, but just outside of here. Let's say you take an NFA class, and you're trying to figure out the best way to get credit for your instructor license. But there's no record completion specific to that class. Come in here in this Fire Service Instructor Education /CEU. That is a catch-all basket for anything that you've taken. Click on it. Sorry, I'm in the wrong portal, but if you clicked on it, it would take you to an activity. And you upload what you want, and you put the hours in, and you save it. So that kind of catches anything that's not in our system. I'm not in the habit of creating class assignments for every class that someone could take, because we would have hundreds and hundreds of one-off classes. So it's easier to use that portal to put it in, put it under the catch-all, upload the certificate, save it. It's accessible, and it'll count towards your instructor. So there's that. On your job required certificates, a quick note: if I've missed you, I've had a couple people contact me with job title requirements. So if you click on promotion to something, whatever it may be, if you had that job requirement, there were a couple of things you had to upload to satisfy your job requirement. When you hit 100%, I go in there and I inactivate you, so it takes it off your homepage. If I've forgotten to, or I've missed that notification from CityLearn, it's going to turn red, and it's going to look like you're overdue, and it's going to look like you've done something wrong. I just missed it. If you're in that boat, please shoot me again, email, text, something. I'll go in there, I'll make sure it's there, make sure it's fulfilled, and I'll inactivate it and get it off your homepage. I don't want it sitting there stuck for you. A couple of other things I want to go before I let you go. Let me make sure I've done everything here on my list. One more thing under generate reports, and again, this is all going to be under stuff that I send out to you. Don't pay any attention to what I'm picking here. I just wanted to get to this page. So schedule report is an option you can click, and you can schedule stuff to run. So if you want to check what your company's training is every single month, how many hours do we complete? You can run this, and you can have it set, monthly, and I want it to go a day after the month's end. So it'll run on the first of the next month, and I can schedule that. When it's all said and done, it's going to be sitting under a schedule report option. Every single first of the month, it'll kick off the last month's report, and it'll just be sitting there waiting for you. You can also share this report. So if you say, hey, I want to run this report every month and see what we have, and I also want my battalion to see, what I've done with my crew, you can share that with them. Same deal. It'll drop it in your inbox. It'll send them a copy as well and tell them they got it. So that's just one of the options there to use with report writing. So I think that was all the update I had for you all. Again, please reach out to me if you have any more cheat sheet things you want put on there. If there's any things you need to see. One of the things I've heard recently is some people who would like a CityLearn Q&A time. So I'm going to be scheduling that in the calendar here shortly. It'll be all virtual. You'll have the option to log in, throw any question you got at me, and let me walk you through on CityLearn how to make that happen. I'm not the expert. I just spend a lot more time in it, so hopefully I can help you out. And if not, I know a guy who can help you. So with that being said, thank you all for what you do out there. Training is always here to support you. Please let us know what we can do to keep you rolling, keep you moving. You guys are killing it. So just reach out if you need anything. And if not, thank you for what you do. and we will be here ready to help you when you need, and see you around campus shortly.